What is up guys, Joe here, welcome back to my channel, and today we are back with more YouTube pro cycling, and I do believe this could be my final kind of normal episodes in season 1 because I think I've got one more episode after this and they are the World Championships which I am due to be streaming. So this is my final real episode of season 1. It feels kind of weird after doing so many so quickly with the tour last week. Anyhow, we do have the Binckbank Tour in this episode. Benji though, with some very nice results in the last one, almost taking the Classica San Sebastian with Sanchez and getting some wins in Poland with Milano as well. So a very solid episode right there. And you guys would have probably seen by now, our team is now done for next season. A la Blackwar in his stream, we've signed Sergio Higuita, Cosnefra, Court Nielsen. You can see the other guys, a very strong team ahead of next season. Personally, I'm so looking forward to riding with Higuita. And so looking at today's race, we do have the Binckbank Tour. I very much enjoy this race, I must say. It is one of my kind of favourite races. I used to not really rate it because of the lack of real climbs, but it is a really fun race. So let's take a look at the stages coming up today. We start with a flat one, pretty much for the sprinters. And the intermediate sprints are very important at this race with the bonus seconds. We then have a TT on stage 2, about 9 kilometers in length. Another flat one and not too many cobbles again on stage 3, probably again for the mass sprint. Stage 4 and a few short hills as you can see, but again, pretty much going to be a sprinter's race this one. Stage 5 and we do have some very short hills, but to be honest, I can see this being a sprint yet again. On to stage 6 and we do finally have some bigger hills or more regular hills. I don't think this will be a mass sprint. Going to be difficult for some of the pure sprinters. And then the same goes for stage 7 with some big cobble climbs you can see right here, up to about 10% in gradients. And so then coming to this race, I have Standard Wolf, who is actually now our best cobbler at 74 cobble, as Hausler has taken a hit with his attributes. We also have, of course, Hausler in the team. Timo Rosen, who is one of the riders leaving us at the end of the season. Bersenhagen is here. We've got Stopro, David Decker and Pascal Encorn. So we get underway then in the Binckbank Tour, and looking at our riders, I'm not actually sure who our leader is for the race. I'm going to leave that quite open to see who's in form on the big GC days. The Wolf though seems in good form, and like I said, he is our best cobbler and he's a decent little sprinter, so he could be the main man. Anyhow, our best sprinter I do think is EBH on paper, so he's probably our option in this stage. So the break's still out front. They took that first sprint and I think they're going to take these sprints coming up. I do believe the golden kilometre. So I do think the breakaway could actually go into the leader's jersey at the end of this stage. You can see about a minute still for them, and they could even take that final intermediate sprint as well. So then 18k to go in this stage, and the break did take all of the intermediate sprints today. I probably should have thought about going in that break. Anyhow, we do have Hausler, Rosen to Wolf and Bersenhagen in our sprint train today. So 8.5k to go in this one, and it is destined to come in for a mass sprint. I think I'll try and use some energy gels right now at this stage. Hausler I think we can use up on maybe 95. 7k to go, even 99, you know. I've added Stockbro to the train as he's feeling so good today. 73 flat and 70 sprint. Pretty good if I do say so. Bersenhagen getting dropped off the back a little bit. Hausler is now done into the final 5k though of the stage, and it is crunch time for the sprinters. Energy gel on Bersenhagen. I think it's pretty much flat to the line. It's going to be so difficult against the likes of Groenewegen in this one. Stockbro is now done. Great job by him. He blocks us slightly though into the final 2k of the stage. Rosen can sprint at this stage. 1.4 I think we'll go with the Wolf. Bersenhagen into the final kilometre. Can we take this one in a sprint? I don't think so. Who's going to take it ahead of us? It's a late surge, but Dylan Groenewegen takes the win in the end. A decent 4th place for Eddie the Boss though. So like I said, so many strong sprinters at this race. We beat the likes of Van der Poel, Trentin, Sagan. Gonna be difficult to get some good results, but 4th place, I think that's a decent start, you know. However, the big mistake was not going in that breakaway, and it is Tosh van der Sande taking the GC lead. Alright then, next up we have the individual TT, and I don't really think we have any specialists in the TT. Van Aert is the favourite today, Eddie the Boss not too bad, but apart from that we don't really have any strong time trialists. So then, Big Heinrich Hausler is underway first for the team, and you can see his stats not quite what they used to be even at the start of the season, down to 71 flat and only 63 prologue, so going to be difficult for this man. Okay then, into the final kilometre comes Andreas Stockbro, and like I mentioned, this man could be a little dark horse in the GC for us at this race, up to 99 across the line and 37th. So Timo Rosen, who I do believe could be a man for the GC if we play our cards right, and 73 prologue today. Let's try not to lose too much time. 99 across the line, 45th though for Timo Rosen. So here comes Standard Wolf across the finish line, and Bersenhagen about to get underway as well. But here comes De Wolf, 73rd, so far down. But as you can see, Eddie the Boss on a super day. Let's see where we are at the finish. So I've been speaking about Rosen, De Wolf, even Stockbro, but it does seem Bersenhagen in the best form at this race. +3 today and 81 prologue. Let's see if we can potentially go into the top 10 right here, and we do go 10th actually, 10 seconds down. Only a few guys left and no one good at time trials. Stefan Kung will win the stage. There it is then, Kung takes the stage, and he actually takes the GC lead as well. Bersenhagen into 10th in the GC, so we're not looking too bad with EBH right now. Alright then, on to stage 3, and of course another flat one. Plenty of intermediate sprints again, and I want to definitely get a bit more involved in those this time around. Alright, so Standard Wolf on a +5 day today. I want to try and get this man in the break. I've also got Rosen and Hausler getting towards the front. Hopefully we can get a few guys in today's breakaway, but it's going to be pretty tough with this intermediate sprint coming up so quickly. Alright, so currently a few riders up the road. We have Rosen as well. Mollema has just attacked, Benoot as well. A very dangerous rider to have potentially up the road, of course. So it's been a super hard start to the stage so far, and the 5 men finally starting to get away a little bit. I'll slow up a little bit with De Wolf because I'm going to try and join him with Heinrich Hausler, and it does seem the peloton will let Hausler go. Okay, so Hausler is knackered, but he has joined De Wolf up the roads to form a pretty dangerous breakaway because T.S. Benoot is actually up the road. We have Marisa Janssens as well as our 2 boys. So having Hausler up the road could actually be a pretty nice move because De Wolf has literally done none of the work today. So if we can hold off this peloton for a little while longer, and especially for those intermediate sprints, could definitely be a decent tactic here. Alright, so Big Heinrich did his best, but he has now gone pop in that break and we'll have to wait for that peloton. And that does mean we'll now have to do a bit of work at least with Standard Wolf. So 15k to go to the first intermediate sprint. I'm going to try my luck with De Wolf. Let's place 85, see how we go and if we can maybe take some of those bonus seconds. So we're just coming to the first intermediate sprint. De Wolf still out front just about with 3k to go. I think we can maybe just about try and take some of those bonus seconds. Trentin trying an attack as well, trying to take some of those seconds, and I don't believe that'll mean there's any left for the peloton here. Hopefully De Wolf is strong enough. He's really tired. He's pretty much cracked right now. Can we hold off Trentin though? And no, we can't. Oh, that is a nightmare. So Trentin takes more bonus seconds, De Wolf only seconds. Let's try and concentrate on this upcoming golden kilometre. So we are now approaching these intermediate sprints, and with Bersenhagen so close to the GC leads, I think he has to be our main option for these sprints. Quick step, look at their lead out, Stibar, Asgreen, and then Jakobsen. Maybe we'll try and sprint right now with Timo Rosen, and I think these guys might actually take the first sprints, but hopefully we can attack past them right now with Edvald Bersenhagen. Take this second one right here and maybe the final one as well. We beat Van der Poel, who takes second place. Can we hold on for this final sprint. We really don't have much left. Here comes Jakobsen, but Boasson takes that one as well. And I do believe he now goes into the lead in the points classification as well. So 5k to go right now. Let's use EBH's energy gel, and we are right on the front of this group as Stibar does fall. There is a slight climb to the finish, so I do need to be very careful of that, I do think. So I'll stay on 95 with Stockbro, try and retain some yellow with Rosen and red, of course. Into the final 2k right now. We'll go up to 99 with Rosen. Wait a minute though before sprinting. We'll go right now with Timo Rosen. Jumbo-Visma going very early. We're going to leave it quite late though with Boasson, who is blocked by Timo Rosen. Would you believe it? Horrible sprint in the end as we're blocked by our teammate. I probably went too late though, only 6th on this one. Pretty disappointing sprint right there for the team, but everyone does finish in the same time. And due to those bonus seconds, Boasson now into the lead of the race. You love to see that. Alright then, on to the next one, and to be honest, a pretty similar stage yet again, with a few more hills involved, but again, a golden kilometre coming up. Groenewegen will be the favourite in a sprint. We'll see what we can do though. So 5 men up the road today, including the dangerous Tim Wellens. So I've upped this now to 85. Let's see if we can catch them before the intermediate sprints. So 4k to go now. The catch has just been made. Let's up Hausler to 95, I think, because these points are so important in the GC, and of course the bonus seconds that come with those points. Let's go 99 with Hausler, and there is a downhill after the first one. So maybe we can try and treat this as a normal lead out right here. And it's working an absolute treat right now. Rosen leading out Boasson. He can now attack past Rosen into the next one. Moschetti though comes round and he takes, I think, the second sprint. I think we'll be able to just about take the last one though with EBH. And it was Christoph taking the final one right there. Or actually the final one coming up right now. Boasson just about taking all of those points. Okay, so following those sprints, a gap has been created with just 17 riders at the front. Jumbo-Visma are behind. I think they're going to bring this back on, but a very dangerous move right here. I'll even pace 99 briefly, try and go 95 with these guys though, and look how stretched out this group is. Another split forming right here. Let's just try and continue this pace into the final 20k of the stage. So the likes of Sagan, Van der Poel are behind right now in this group, and we've really caught them out right here, and I do believe we have the firepower to really pace to the line on 95. Still 16k to go in this stage, but we're really trying to lay the hammer down right now, even though they're just about bringing this in. Let's continue the pace, and the gap's forming again, as you see. So 6.5k to go in the stage, and you can see I've taken a very big risk because we only have Rosen and Boasson left in this front group, but just 37 riders at the front right now. I don't think Rosen's going to survive for a potential lead out, so Boasson I think is going to have to grab someone's wheel. It's going to be interesting though to see how PCM deals with these time gaps and if they count really. But you can see Asgreen has just fallen. I think that's from a group behind. I didn't see it happening on the roads, but 2k to go right now. I think we'll follow Matthew Van der Poel if we can with EBH. Doesn't seem possible right now though. Into the final kilometre, and I think we're just going to have to go for it very early with Boasson up this hill. We've gone early this time, unlike the previous stages. Van Aert is coming. It's a close finish, but I think Van Aert just about taking it. So close. Christoph second, and we get a very strong third place with Boasson. And look at this group right here. If Rosen can just stop pacing right now, I'm going to do a Benji right there. Try and keep this gap to that group behind. That was definitely my most enjoyable stage of this race so far. And you can see 24 riders in that front group. So looking at the new GC, we stay in the lead. Open our lead as well to 9 seconds on Van Aert and 25 seconds now to Kung in third place. So a difficult stage leads into probably the most difficult stage of the race so far, with the most climbing, some short hills involved today. But again, the sprinters could well make it to the finish, so Groenewegen is the favourite today. So as we get underway right here, I'm not going to go in the break again. mainly because it's quite a difficult stage and the sprints are right to the finish. So let's just try and save our energy and try and bring any breakaway in. So I'm pacing on 90 at the moment on the front with David Decker, and that's because 6 men up the roads, and you can see them right here, Tim Wellens in this group, easily the most dangerous, I would say. I think they're going to take this first intermediate sprint. Let's definitely try and bring them in though, ahead of the second bunch of sprints. So 6k to go to these intermediate sprints, and I'm pacing super hard, and it's creating some splits yet again. Fabio Jakobsen pacing at the moment for Quickstep, as Peter Sagan actually on the attack from this group. Right, Encorn can pace on 99. Sagan trying to break away to take some of those intermediate points, but it would seem, as you can see, that the breakaway are going to take them again right here. Skujins and Wellens racking up the points. They are some way down in the GC, to be fair. Anyhow, I'm going to do this very differently. Let's go like this. Try and pace them in properly with the Wolf on 90. 17 riders in this group at the front. And look at these splits behind, riders all over the road right now. We're not going to pace in any groups behind, that is for sure. But no points or bonus seconds available for the peloton at this rate. And to be fair, that's not actually too bad for us because it just protects Boasson-Hagen's jersey even more. Alright, so 9k to go. This is crazy because Van Aert, Sagan, Boasson-Hagen and Rosen are in a group by themselves. We then have 10 riders behind with the likes of Kung in this group right here. We still have Wellens and Skujins up the roads. As you can see, this group coming back and splitting yet again. Now 8 riders at the front with Bettiol, Krah Anderson, Kung and Christoph now joining us up the roads. But it's a difficult catch right here. Wellens and Skujins proving to be so difficult to catch. Worth noting, the finish is quite, there's a lot of corners, so we can try and sprint a little bit early, I think. So 4k to go right now. It's going to be very close between the peloton and that breakaway. I'm trying to bring them in with Timo Rosen, and remember, we can try and sprint a little early right now, and we're going to catch them into the final kilometre of the race. Right, I'm going to go with 1.8k to go. I think that's how early we can try and sprint with Boasson-Hagen. Look at all of these corners. Sagan following, Skujins and Wellens right behind, and I think it's a 2-horse race right now into the finish. Sagan versus Edvald Boasson-Hagen, and I think it's going to be so close. It's going to be so close. Oh my, I thought we had it, but Peter Sagan with a final acceleration takes it in the end, and just 10 riders in this group. And there's going to be a split right here. Van der Poel, Trentin, Sturven all losing time right now. What a stage that was then. Yet again, just 10 riders at the front and 50 seconds back to Van der Poel. These guys, I think it's too late now to win the GC. So taking a look at the GC, we're still ahead of Van Aert by just 19 seconds. Sagan in third, but 36 seconds down. Alright, so stage 6, the penultimate stage of the race, and I would say this is the Queen stage as well. Plenty of short hills, going to be a very difficult one. Okay, so I have been pacing pretty hard with Decker and Enkhorn, and that is because 6 riders up the roads, including Thies Benoot, who's 2.5 minutes down in the GC, so a potentially dangerous rider up the road for sure right now. Alright, so into the final 30k right now. I'm pacing with Hausler, but you can see the pace pretty high already. The breakaway now coming apart. They're only 1.5 minutes ahead, and Benoot has attacked right now, but I do think we're safe to try and challenge for the stage. Okay then, so pretty important moment right now as we approach these 3 intermediate sprints, and you can see it's a very steep climb. Let's pace with Hausler and just sit in with the Wolf for now. 2.5k to go, and only Benoot up the roads, and he is going to, I think, take those points, but there are a few available behind him. Let's just make sure we stay in a good position. Not really crucial we take these with Boasson-Hagen. To be honest, I'd rather just protect his energy. So let's go 95 with the Wolf, see if anyone wants to try and challenge for these points. But this is perfect actually, if the Wolf and Timo Rosen take these points. And obviously Boasson-Hagen not using any energy right now. But look at this, Groenewegen is gone, GVA is gone, really struggling with this tempo. Benoot will take all of these points. but he is not really a danger in the GC right now, assuming we bring him in. Okay, so 6k to go in the stage. We now do have attacks. As you can see, Matteo Trentin, Tom Skujins, all the guys really trying to attack away. The Wolf is done. He won't be able to deliver that water. That's not too big an issue right now though. Into the final 4k. Let's try and prevent any attacks, especially from Van Aert and Peter Sagan. I'll try and follow them actually with Boasson rather than, I think, Timo Rosen. I don't think he's really strong enough anymore in this stage. Oh my word, Boasson did get caught very briefly right there into the final kilometre. We're going to just have to try and sprint for it. It's a very select finish. Sagan gets blocked into the final kilometre. A lot of corners yet again. Who's going to take this one? EBH, Peter Sagan, or Wout van Aert? Is this our time? It's not going to be. Peter Sagan again takes the stage, beating Boasson to second place. Yet again, it's the same result as the previous stage and just 21 again in the front group. So it really has been Sagan, Boasson and Van Aert competing for this one. But going into the final stage, 21 seconds, EBH looking good to take the GC, you know. So one more stage in the Binckbank Tour, and it's a difficult one. I think we have the Kappelmeer, the Bosberg a few times, so going to be a very difficult one indeed. Hopefully we can hold on and take the GC. Okay then, the stage is underway and plenty of attacks right now. As you can see, we're going to have about 20 riders up the roads. So we're going to be under a bit of pressure to bring this group in as we're in the leader's jersey. Okay then, so up the road, the breakaway are just coming into the first cobbles of the day. Let's try and move up with our guys. Just make sure we're sitting on the front right now. And to be honest, at 2 minutes, this breakaway suits us pretty well because it takes away the opportunity for Sagan and Van Aert to gain any seconds in the GC. But they're also not going to go into the GC lead. I think the best guy in this group is 4 minutes down. I think it's Nico Denz. So no real need to panic right now. Let's just sit in this peloton and see if that break get brought in. Okay, I didn't expect this, I will be honest. Look at how many riders are just scattered over the road right now after just 2 climbs. It's pretty crazy. Just 32 in the peloton. And yeah, we're going to pace on maybe 84. We're not going to push it like these guys though. This is going to be a very interesting stage. Alright, so 20k to go in this stage. We're onto the Bosberg for the second time, and we are struggling so much more than I anticipated. Our team are basically done. Boasson really struggling. Sagan and Van Aert looking pretty menacing as well. Let's make sure we stay with them right now. Just take position with them. But Boasson, as you see, is super tired and pretty much out of teammates with a lot of climbing still to go and some intermediate sprints. So I do think if Sagan and Van Aert choose to attack, they can go away and win this race pretty easily ahead of Boasson. They've chosen not to do that right now. At the head of the race, it is Baptiste Plancart, and they will take those intermediate sprint points. Very, very crucial for us. Everyone else can go on auto, I think, at this stage in the race. We're just recovering, and this is crucial that the pace is slow right now into the final few climbs. So up the road, the breakaway look like they will take this, and Baptiste Plancart, who is really a sprinter, very, very strong right now. Nico Denz, 4 minutes down in the GC, is the main man we have to watch. It's 3 minutes 30 right now, and the pace does pick up again, so that shouldn't be an issue. Hopefully, Nico Denz isn't going to be the man to spoil the parties today. So 7.5k to go. I'm trying to keep the pace going a little bit because it is getting a bit close to Nico Denz. He's probably taken some bonus seconds, so I am trying to close this in a little bit. But obviously the pace now erupts coming into the final real climb of the day. Boasson can go up to 90, I believe. Make sure Nico Denz doesn't have a chance of taking the GC win. And I think Rosen, can he stay here over the top? It's not really going to matter as Van der Poel on the attack. I saw him coming, and Mathieu Van der Poel on the attack. I will try and follow him, but he is so strong. Really difficult to do that. And we've just gone off the front with Van der Poel and Boasson. A lovely little move right there into the final few kilometres. Plancart about to take the win. What a win. He wins by an absolute mile. Denz, some way down. He won't be able to challenge in the GC. Van der Poel has attacked with Asgreen, but It's not going to matter. We can sprint in to the line with Boasson-Hagen. Sagan and Van Aert are behind, and we will win the Binckbank Tour with Edvald's Boasson-Hagen. You love to see it. So Baptiste Plancart takes the final stage in fantastic fashion. What a win for the Bengal man. Well ahead of everyone else in that breakaway. But Boasson-Hagen in absolutely supreme form at this race, taking more time on that final stage and winning in the end by 51 seconds. And we also, I do believe, take the points jersey as well. What a dominant performance. So I do want to check out the standings and the rankings before handing over to Blackwar for Le Vuelta. And you can see Conrad, TJ and Micah have been our best riders so far this season. Boasson-Hagen, Ben Swift ranking pretty well in addition to that. In the team classification, we are third in Super Prestige, just behind Ineos and Jumbo-Visma. Blackwar, it's over to you, my man, to try and put us in first after La Vuelta. And so, as I mentioned earlier, I do believe this is my final normal episode in Season 1. I do have one more, but that will be streamed. It's the World Championships. But apart from that, I do believe I will be seeing you in Season 2, at least in the YouTube Pro Cycling jersey. So thank you guys for the support in this first season. It seems you guys are enjoying the series. So hopefully that will continue into Season 2. I'm getting way too far ahead of myself though, because obviously Blackwar has La Vuelta coming to you over the next few days, and I personally cannot wait to see how he does in that race. Hopefully he can go at least one better than I did with TJ at the Tour and get Micah onto that podium. Anyhow guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Drop a like on the video if you have, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and let me know what you thought in the comments below. I will catch you guys next time.